Failed assassination attempts on US presidents, shocking true stories. Throughout American history, several US presidents have faced the terrifying threat of assassination. While a few tragic events succeeded, many more attempts were thwarted, often due to quick thinking or sheer luck. Today, we're exploring some of the most shocking failed assassination attempts on US presidents, and we'll end with a recent attempt on President Trump's life. Andrew Jackson, 1835. First up is President Andrew Jackson. On January 30th, 1835, Jackson became the first US president to face an assassination attempt. A man named Richard Lawrence approached Jackson as he was leaving a funeral at the Capitol. Lawrence pointed 2 pistols at Jackson, but by some stroke of luck, both misfired. Abraham Lincoln, 1864, pre-assassination attempt. While President Abraham Lincoln is famously remembered for his assassination, few know about an earlier attempt in August 1864. Lincoln was riding to the soldiers' home when a sniper shot off his hat. The bullet missed, and this incident was kept secret until after his death in 1865. Theodore Roosevelt, 1912. In 1912, while campaigning in Milwaukee, former President Theodore Roosevelt was shot by a man named John Schrank. The bullet hit Roosevelt, but a folded speech in his breast pocket saved his life. Despite being wounded, Roosevelt continued his speech for 90 minutes, declaring, "It takes more than that to kill a bull moose." Franklin D. Roosevelt, 1933. On February 15, 1933, just before Franklin D. Roosevelt took office, Giuseppe Zangara fired several shots at him during a public event in Miami. FDR was unharmed, but the mayor of Chicago, Anton Kermack, was tragically killed. Harry S. Truman, 1950. Perhaps the most intense shootout involving a US president occurred in 1950, when Puerto Rican nationalists Oscar Collazo and Griselio Torresola tried to storm Blair House, where President Harry Truman was staying. Secret Service agents engaged in a gunfight, killing Torresola. Truman was unharmed. Gerald Ford, 1975, 2 attempts. In 1975, President Gerald Ford faced not 1 but 2 assassination attempts in the same month. First, Lynette Squeaky Fromm, a follower of Charles Manson, aimed a pistol at Ford in Sacramento. Later, just days later, Sarah Jane Moore fired a shot at him in San Francisco. In both instances, Ford was unharmed. Ronald Reagan, 1981. One of the most infamous assassination attempts in recent history occurred in 1981, when John Hinckley Jr. shot President Ronald Reagan outside a Washington hotel. Reagan was hit, but survived after quick surgery. Several others were wounded in the attack, including Press Secretary James Brady. George H.W. Bush, 1993. President George H.W. Bush faced an assassination attempt in 1993 during a visit to Kuwait. Iraqi agents plotted to kill him with a car bomb, but Kuwaiti officials uncovered the plot before it could be carried out. Bill Clinton, 1994. In January 1994, Francisco Martin Duran fired an assault rifle at the White House in an attempt to kill President Bill Clinton. Fortunately, none of the bullets hit the building, and Clinton was unharmed. George W. Bush, 2005. In 2005, during a trip to Tbilisi, Georgia, President George W. Bush was nearly killed when an assailant threw a live grenade toward him. Luckily, the grenade failed to explode, and Bush continued his speech without harm. Donald Trump, 2020. In September 2020, a package containing ricin, a deadly poison, was sent to the White House, addressed to President Donald Trump. The package was intercepted by law enforcement before reaching him. A woman was later arrested in connection with the plot. Donald Trump, July 13, 2024. On July 13, 2024, former President Donald Trump, the presumptive Republican nominee for the upcoming presidential election, survived a harrowing assassination attempt during an open-air campaign rally near Butler, Pennsylvania. Thomas Matthew Crooks, a 20-year-old man, fired 8 rounds from an AR-15 style rifle from a rooftop, striking Trump in his upper right ear and causing injuries. Sadly, one audience member was killed and 2 others were critically injured. The attacker was swiftly neutralized by the Secret Service's counter-sniper team. Thanks for watching A Yearly Trail. Please remember to like, share and subscribe, and click the notification bell so that you do not miss future videos. See you next time.